Hey guys, Morten Oswald here. Welcome to my channel. For the last month or two, there have been videos around on the old from the old vinyl community and others, those higher ups, showing a record by the band Wilco, and I was kind of intrigued by it. People said it was different and so on. And then you might say, well, Morten, we've never heard you talk about Wilco. Do you have anything by Wilco? Yeah, I do have a little bit by Wilco. But what made me go for this record, because I had to order it from America, was stumbling across a documentary, a proper documentary about Wilco on YouTube called I Am Trying to Break Your Heart. And I think that was the trigger, and I went online and I bought the record. And just to prove my point, so to speak, this was actually my first Wilco record, and it's a CD, and it's The Whole Love. That was the first I had ever heard of this band when I grabbed this CD. And when was this? 2011? I think so. So, if I had heard Wilco before that, I must say that it must have been without me knowing, because there are bands that are very well known out there that Morten still hasn't tackled. Famously, I've said this many times before, I have, for example, never heard knowingly Uriah Heep. And there are several other bands out there that I'm not avoiding them because I assume I won't like them, but it's either because it's been so long now that it kind of seems like I might as well keep not listening to them, or I want to be at the right frame of mind. And I know that sometimes when I come across bands that I never heard, and I say, oh, finally I'm going to listen to them, and then I end up loving them, and then I got this vast discography ahead of me. Some bands are easier to tackle because they haven't got a big discography, but yeah, I did buy this, and I bought it using some gift cards I got for Christmas 2023. So I have this big guy, which I've actually shown in a video. And I think it's funny, this box and this album actually meant more to me after I'd seen the I'm Trying to Break Your Heart film than previously. So now I've listened to it several times over the last couple of weeks. And some of the extra material as well. Beautiful box set, by the way. So what do we have here then? Well, some of you will have guessed. Some of you will probably have seen the thumbnail. So this was, of course, a record that a lot of people bought for audio reasons. And I don't have, I wouldn't say I have this set up for that. I have some wonderful B&W speakers. I got a okay turntable and stylus, and then a stereo set that I'm very comfortable with. Small apartment here in Oslo. I can't really crank up the sound to 11 here because I got neighbors. So, yeah, I mean, this wasn't that expensive. Of course, with shipping, it did get a little more expensive, and with the Norwegian state that I live in wanting to punish me for buying products from outside of Norway that I can't get here anyway. So anyway, I've talked about this a lot. This is Wilco AM, and I'm really happy to have this. I think this is really cool for me to have. Of course, I'm not a Norman Maslow or anything like that, but I guess him talking about it and showing it, and a couple of you guys there in the vinyl community, and seeing the film, like I said, and it looks so good. I love this album art. So, most of you will probably know this, but it says here it's 180-gram vinyl cut from original analog master tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, pressed at Optimal Media, heavyweight gatefold jacket, yes, includes new liner notes by Bob Mayer, 30th anniversary pressing, limited numbered edition of 5,000, and this is a Rhino High Fidelity, my very first of the kind. The only other ones that I've been close to buying, and now I'm too late for the numbered ones, but I would very much like to have gotten... I have all of the Doors studio albums on vinyl, but as far as newer vinyl, because all of I had them back in my teenage years, and I still have them, and they're not in the best nick. And then I bought those deluxe editions that came out, the one with hard covers, one vinyl record, and 2 to 3 CDs. But the way they treated that whole project was not the best, was it? Because did they even release them in the right order? So I was late in getting into them, and I bought some of them when they came out, and then later some others on Discogs. But the problem is that I never got Waiting Staring for the Sun. So that's the one where I would like to get this this Rhino version of. And of course, their second album, they never released it as such. They instead opted to release it as a separate, ordinary, one-disc vinyl album and a CD with the extra stuff separately. Things like that annoy me. So anyway, we have this. And on the back we have the track listing. It gives me a little bit of a Vinyl Me Please vibes. And without getting my grubby fingers all over this too much, I love the way they've done this. Rhino, number 2,782 out of 5,000. Look at that beautiful red color. That's gorgeous. Absolutely. I mean, this whole album, the way they made this, is just such a gem. Trying to be careful here, guys. So we have this. A reproduction of the magnetic tape. Let's try to figure out what we can be. The story of Wilco's album debut by Bob Mayer. Here we are. Carefully over here. Was there anything else? This is really thick cardboard, guys. Wow. And the record. We have a nice inner sleeve. And the record itself. black with red on this side and red with black on this side. So guys, that was the unboxing of my very first Rhino High Fidelity and my Wilco AM debut album. Well, Wilco debut album anyway. And can't wait to listen to this. I'm a complete novice when it comes to Wilco in this part of their career, and as you could see, I only have 2 of their albums from before. But yeah, I've got my whistle wet, so to speak. So anyway, guys, if you have any comments about this, I would love to read them. If you want to click like, I would really appreciate that. And if you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye.